Okay, so the sleeping bag I've been tying on the bottom of my pack. I've got these straps that I bought from REI for about $6, and the sleeping bag fits on the outside very well. These straps keep it secure. And the other thing that I've done is, in case of rain, I've put a garbage liner, and my sleeping bag and sleep sack will fit inside of that, so that if nothing else, that will be dry when we get to where we're going. In addition to that, I have a pack cover that fits over the top of my entire pack in case of rain. And I've got a poncho which fits over me and over the pack in case of rain. So all that in case of rain. I figure we're going to need it. I also have gloves for cold mornings, but these are also waterproof. The other day when Valerie and I were walking in the Antelope Valley Poppy Reserve in Southern California, we found that even though it was kind of a sunny, breezy day, we wished we were wearing gloves at that time because it was really cold. So on that day, we could put our hands in our pockets, but you can't do that while you're using walking poles. So gloves are going to be important to have. As far as clothing, okay, start with, I've got a puffy layer. This is a Columbia Omnitech that zips into my outer. These I had already, so I figured don't have to buy new everything. This is a Columbia Omnitech, and this zips into the inside. This is the outer shell. It's fairly warm, has a hood, and is absolutely great in the rain. We walked around in a driving rainstorm in Boston in it, and I had no problem at all. It was completely dry. In addition to that, we've got some rain pants, which work very well. The other day, what we did was I put on the rain pants, I put on the jacket, I put on the poncho, I put on the pack, and I walked around the block in a rainstorm here, and I was completely dry the entire time. So that's all those. Now I'm taking 2 pairs of pants. These are also Columbia. These zip off if I want to wear them as shorts, and they've got cargo pockets on them with zippers and things. This side has a Velcro pocket, and what I found is that they're very comfortable to wear while hiking even when it's hot, and they dry extremely quickly. So a lot of what I bought with the idea that it's going to need to dry really quickly after we do laundry on any particular day, because don't want to have wet clothing the next day. A very common thing is for people to have wet clothing and they end up looking like a walking laundry rack because they're hanging all their wet clothes on the back of their pack the next day. So I've got 2 sets of pants like that. I've got 4 shirts that I'm bringing simply because when I walk I sweat and go through shirts like crazy. So I've got 2 of these. This is a merino wool shirt. It feels like a regular cotton t-shirt, but it has a sun protection factor of 50, and it's long sleeve, so it'll cover my arms, or I can run the sleeves up if I want. And I washed it yesterday and pulled it out and hung it up, and within 2 hours it was dry. Got a short sleeve shirt and a long sleeve polyester shirt that has a little bit of a collar and pockets, so that I've got something that I can wear over the short sleeve shirt and also maybe look a little better going into town after hiking for the day, so we don't look homeless the entire time. And another icebreaker shirt that's also merino wool. Merino wool is great when it's warm and when it's cold. I've got a fleece for an extra warm layer, so I've got the wool shirt, fleece, puffy jacket, shell. I can wear all those if it's cold, and lately it's been cold. Some people have experienced snow on the Camino within the last week. So we're not planning to experience snow, but you never know. And also I've got 2 pairs of merino wool underwear and 1 pair of cotton underwear, just for when it's hot and or wearing once we get to the place where we're staying every night. The common thing is that you get off your hiking clothes, you wash them, you put on clean clothes, and you feel refreshed and you're ready to go and hike the next day. And 1 more pair of long pants. These do not zip off, so I don't wear shorts anyway, so I'm anticipating that I'm not going to wear shorts a lot on the Camino, but the other ones zip off if I need to. This is a little neck or waist pouch in which I'll have my passport and some money and or credit cards. And this is a shemagh. It's basically just a big piece of cotton cloth. I can wear it around my head to protect against sun, or wear it around my head and face in case there's a lot of bugs, or I can wear it over my head when I'm sleeping to keep earplugs in. We can fold it up and use it as a sling to carry things back from shopping when we go out and buy food for the next day. Commonly what we'll need to do is we'll need to buy food that we want to carry for breakfast and possibly lunch the next day. So going out and shopping every so often will be necessary. Okay, next up I've got a collapsible 1-liter water bottle, a small tube of sunscreen just to have ready to go that'll be in a close pocket every day. This is a Ziploc bag that has my Pilgrim credential in it, where we will get that stamped once or twice a day at every place that we stay. And it's also got a copy of our train reservation in it so that we can board the train from Barcelona to Pamplona. One thing we haven't discussed is our travel plans. We'll probably do that in a second video. Wool beanie for cold mornings, wool socks for hiking, and some silk sock liners. I haven't needed these so far in my training hikes, but if I decide I need them, I've got them. And fingerless gloves for use with the hiking poles. I haven't tried using the hiking poles during more than 4 days in a row, so if I find my hands either need the support or need the protection from blisters, then I've got those. I've got some Teva sandals. These have dual purpose. One is that you need shoes to walk around in. As soon as you get to where you're staying, you need to take your possibly muddy hiking shoes off and walk around in something else. And also I can wear these into the shower. They should dry quickly, and if my feet have troubles with blisters or anything, I can hike in these because they're pretty good for that and not just indoor shoes. Okay, incidentals that I've got a little travel kit from REI that actually has a hook that'll allow it to hang up so that when you're in the shower or in the bathroom, which may be shared, then you've got a place to put everything. It's got all the little soap, nail clippers, toothbrush, dental floss, foot cream, some aspirins, deodorant, all those things that I might need once we get somewhere and we have a bathroom to use. One of the things we found is I've got this tiny little bag that we got at the Legion of Honor. There was a Monet exhibit, and it was a great looking bag, but also it's very, very light, and it unfolds so I can use it as a shopping bag to carry stuff around if I want. Other incidentals that I've got stashed in various places are, I've got a repair kit for my hiking shoes, which are Salomon, and they don't use regular laces, they use Kevlar laces, and the holes to put those laces in are very small, so regular boot laces won't work if they need to be replaced and I have any breakage. So I've got a repair kit just for that. One thing somebody said you can't get too many, you can't have too many of is safety pins to put your stuff on a clothesline so that your things don't blow off, or attach to the back of your pack. I've got some spare paracord for making a clothesline or anything else. Earplugs came in a sack of a whole lot, so I've got a whole lot of earplugs to use. I've got a little emergency bag with some moleskin, some Compeed, some medical tape, and a sewing kit for use if we need to stop and address a foot issue immediately. I've also got in here some Neosporin for use on that, and some Body Glide for use to prepare your feet or any other parts of your body that might be suffering some friction, so that you prevent blisters. Preventing blisters is a whole lot better than treating them after you've gotten them. I've got a European charger plug that has 4 USB ports, so once it's plugged in we can charge 4 devices at once, so we can share. I've got S-hooks, which somebody said you'll find that a lot of bathrooms don't have a place to hang your dry clothes or stuff. So this way we've got an S-hook and we can make a place to hang our stuff. Got a package of extra batteries with an extra iPhone charging cable and an extra headset if we need it. I've got a headlamp with a red lens that we can use for getting around the albergue at night, or if we leave in the morning before sunup, we can use the lamp to light our way. Got a little emergency pack that's ready to go. A lot of places you stop along the way, you don't know if they're going to have toilet paper, or you may not make it to a place and you're out in the woods or something somewhere. So I've got toilet paper, Kleenex, and some wet antiseptic wipes so that we're prepared to fend for ourselves if necessary. Some extra medical tape, a book which is highly recommended. This is the John Brierley, essentially the Camino Bible, for use, that describes everything about the Camino, the background, the history, the path, what the path looks like, what the landmarks are, the recommendations on places to stay, details on places to stay, their telephone numbers, what the accommodations are like, what facilities they have. So this should cover just about everything we need to know. We have another book that Valerie can carry that's a little smaller and has just as much information about everything. And the last thing to show is I've got a couple space blankets just in case of emergency that we can cover ourselves up and maintain some warmth. And that should be about, well, one more last thing. Got this hat at REI. It was highly recommended. I've tested it. It works very well. It's got a mesh top so that air can get through, and you can just strap it on the back of your head, but you can also strap it under your chin in case of high winds. And it's got a pretty good sized brim, so it covers my face and my ears and the back of my neck from the sun. Hope you like this. We'll cover more later.